some of the feedback I've actually been getting from some of the operators and some of the third-party owners, and I would definitely want to actually tap into that. I want to follow up on this particular issue. How is it going to be viable? First of all, let me take you back before this partnership comes up. In 2020, let me say 2019, let's say 5 years back, the only way someone could actually get insurance for third party was when you go to an insurer's office. When you go to an insurer's office, here's the thing. You remove off the sticker from your car. Then after removing the sticker from your car, what happens after is for you, what happens after is actually for you to go and renew it by rewriting another, and they actually have some type printers where they have to renew and things like that. And after some time, you end up noticing that, oh, if I pull off this is how my insurance is going to be. Ngero omuntu abane motoka amanya nti olugendo lwa insurance luzibu kuba tusokera ddala abantu kyabatwaliranga ebbanga okutegeera nti ne insurance gyali ng'omuntu police emala mugwako nti kakati ssebo Sonko okimanyi nti omusolo gwo gwa third party gwaweddeko ng'awo ovuga speed nnyo ng'ogenda ku petrol station omanye amasundiro g'amafuta ebiseera ebisinga ge gaba ne insurance covers zino ng'omuntu agenda petrol station ng'ajjako sticker ng'awaayo nga bamuprintingira speed chap wala muprintingira nga bamuwakalala ng'ateeka ku motoka. Kati MTN yagenza okitunulamu nga bino ebintu, it becomes difficult for people. In what way? When people actually how does it become difficult? It becomes difficult in a way nti abantu baba balowooza nti okusasula omusolo kiba kizibu olw'ensonga nti oyinza obba oyagala olina meeting gy'olina okukwata nekitakusobozesa olw'obudde n'ogamba oba nkolewo oba kati nkole ki n'osalawo obiveeko ebya meeting kubanga owaayo batolina sticker. Naye kati MTN yagenza kirowoozaamu nti okubridginga gap eno omuntu asobola okukozesa essimu ye n'akuba, asobola okukozesa essimu ye n'ateekamu code, actually n'ateekamu code n'afuna reference number. It is more helpful to a person. Kikuyamba gwe okulaba nti ofuuka nobeera nti kale at least newoba otambula mu town traffic jam, the traffic police nakuyimiza nagamba why insurance cover yo yagwako kyekiriwo, how far have you gone, ng'omulaga essimu ng'omulaga nti this is my reference, I have actually paid. So within time omuntu ono amanya nti okay, it seems this is going to happen to me, and that means I'm going to be able to actually carry on with this particular situation. So wegendereze nnyo ogenda olaba nti okay, insurance cover eyamba mungeli kinti if you work hand in hand with the MTN coming up with the insurance companies, more so with Britain now, to say that customers can access these services online with paying, it becomes easier. We're looking into the financial, we're actually looking into the financial aspect. We're actually looking into the financial aspect of it. And someone would actually ask, so how far have we gone with this? First of all, what in munanyini business SARS in Uganda? What about you not together? Website, online, e-commerce. Britain yagenzo laba ntindowoza ngengeri yokaje sobola okutapping into this platform is by talking to MTN Uganda about a platform. They have the bigger customers, the bigger coverage of customers everywhere you go. So that it's going to become easier. So for you, if I told you you've been having challenges with paying Britain and paying your third-party insurance, MTN Uganda has got you covered. You can definitely use that particular platform to go out there. You can seek for information from MTN platforms, as it can actually help you out to see how you're going to be covering up with your third party. And of course, still following up on that particular issue, schools in Uganda are asking for the government to actually help them out to reopen. How are they going to help them? Because one of the biggest questions and the biggest issue in Uganda is how are schools going to be reopened, and how is the safe reopening of schools going to take place? And that is why you would see that the nature of education in Uganda is still alarming, with the fact that most of the Ugandans out there are asking amasomero abaana tebakyasoma, abaana bayinza obba basoma naye ekibuuzo kiri nti tufunamu kiffe ng'abaana Uganda. Tuyinza obba tuli awo twemalira obudde nga tulowooza nti government egenda tuggulawo nekigaana, and after some time it becomes a very big challenge. So clearly, if you were to follow up on that particular one, you would understand that as the school proprietors are calling on the government to actually open up, the government is also looking at the possible ways of seeing that the safe reopening comes with teachers being vaccinated. And if teachers are being vaccinated, it will actually mean the vaccination is taking a place. In what way? One, buli mwana ali wakati w'emyaka 18 n'okwambuka ali vaccinated. Abasomesa bonna bali vaccinated. So clearly kiyamba okulabanga ensonga zino zikwasibwako. So wotunuulira era n'embeera Uganda gyeyitamu, tugezaako kulaba nti abasomesa they can actually tap into the opportunities that are available. All the school owners nti wabaawo opportunity eriwo kugeza nga olina olinyiri essomero, oba oguddewo essomero kakasa nti okozesa platforms za internet. Get the resources necessary. The physical setting is very key to see that people adapt to online classes. Beera ne computer nga mweziri mu ssomero, reinvest in that, because at one time education is now becoming online. So are you going to quit out of the business, the education system, just because toina facilities ezo tesigenda kuyamba? So clearly bino ebintu biyamba abantu bangi, biyamba eggwanga, ne if we are to look at the state of the nation currently, bintu bingi nnyo byetuyiga na nebiti byetwongerako okulaba nga at least something happens in one way or the other. Still looking at into that particular one, the Uganda Manufacturers Association actually, among the stories that we've been having, did partner with Dennis International to promote sustainable development goals and responsible business conduct. One, the sustainable development goals being a global call to action and to end poverty, protect the Earth's environment and climate, as well as ensuring that the people everywhere can enjoy peace and prosperity. These are clearly the goals of the UN in creating possibilities for countries like Uganda as well to have a conducive environment for any business owner. But first of all, this particular partnership with the Dennis Foundation, as well as this particular partnership with the Dennis International comes to actually boost medium and small scale enterprises to see that they benefit from the local markets in Uganda. And that's why the Uganda Manufacturers Association is actually helping out with, first of all, the manufacturers in Uganda to actually tap into the available markets in Europe and at the international level. So again, there is a new jalabanga, business is getting driven by Smart 24 and also being driven by the opportunities that are there. And of course, keeping up with the best that is prevailing in Uganda, make sure you avail yourself with key information, and the only way you can avail the information is visiting our website at www.smart24tv.com to get what of the latest news in regards to the business stories. And of course later on we shall definitely be giving you more in regards to the business stories and also expert analysis and interviews of what we do expect in that particular regard. Now here's the issue. Mu business waliwo bingi nnyo byetusuubira okulaba, era mmwe bye tusuubira okulaba mubaamu ensonga nga innovations, ne tubaamu entrepreneurship development, era weegendereze nnyo jalaba nti buli business owner mu nsi muno agezaako yiiye engeri gya survivingamu. Kati kiri gy'oli nga tugezaako sambya program for all those that started with us from way back where we did start off, until every day pick up something from even the show here that you're going to add into the show. The guests that we normally have here with the interviews that we normally air is to help someone out there to actually adopt the situations. We have a number of platforms for you that you can definitely use to reach up to the markets worldwide, from Uganda down to East Africa. And of course, with that taking place, it is either way helpful to you. Just a quick reminder, Chambogo University is actually still taking stage with in regards to the graduation. It actually had a number of issues in regards to that graduation, but the graduation has stepped into day 2, and day 3 will actually commence on Friday. Day 4 will actually take place on Friday. 4 days of graduation. Over 9,000 students will be graduated in a virtual ceremony, which will only have master's students on the ground in Chambogo, that is in Banda. And of course, to all those students, statements coming in from the university saying, to all those students who have actually have claims of, which is a total of 200 students who are having claims of not graduating, will actually, the Senate is looking into your education documents and your results to see that at least they align your transcripts. You may not be available at the graduation, but your transcripts may be laid on board. So clearly be patient in that aspect, and patience is definitely going to be key in that particular regard. I'm Joram Paul Sonko. Facebook, Joram Paul Sonko. Twitter, Joram Paul Sonko. Instagram, Joram Paul Sonko. And if I told you if you're going to follow me up on the other platforms, that is, if you want to continue with me on the conversations on Twitter in regards to what we are hearing here, the hashtag is JP Live. The sponsor courtesy of Amoriat, who is behind in the control room here, and of course updating you in regards to what is making waves across the country. Now the issue here is we are driving businesses together, and clearly if we are to actually take a look at let's first cross borders on some of the stories that have actually been making headlines on the international scene as we head to Kenya. One of those stories that did catch my attention was Kenya seeking international monetary fund aid to repay China, to repay the China loans. Kenya is considering using these reserves from the International Monetary Fund to compensate for the Chinese loans, as it repaid for these particular Chinese loans. It repaid after the Treasury dropped an earlier request to defer debt payments. Let's first have a look at this story, and we're going to be right back as Kenya seeks information from the IMF to repay China loans. Take a look. Now Kenya, as we're actually looking for that particular, Kenya had expected to extend a debt repayment moratorium from the bilateral lenders, including China, which started in January 2021, by another 6 months to December 2021, saving it from making payments of nearly 50 billion Kenyan shillings to Beijing lenders. And this is actually a cushion to the available African countries who are carrying out deals with China. One of the key things that I know is that the terms of China's loan deals with developing countries are unusually secretive and require borrowers to prioritize repayment to Chinese state-owned banks ahead of other creditors. And according to reports that are coming up, you could see while China is a G20 member and a signatory to the deal, a large proportion of its loans to Kenya has actually been made on a commercial basis by government agencies. Let us first take a look at this story. I'll be right back. Kenya had expected to extend a debt repayment moratorium from bilateral lenders, including China, which started in January 2021, by another 6 months to December 2021, saving it from making payments of nearly 50 billion Kenyan shillings to Beijing lenders. Chinese lenders, especially Exim Bank, were uncomfortable with Kenya's push for extension of the debt service suspension with rich nations, prompting delays in disbursements to projects funded by Chinese financiers. This forced Nairobi to drop its push for the debt repayment holiday extension by China for fear of straining relations with Kenya's biggest bilateral creditor. The International Monetary Fund is expected to play a role in shaping policy that would require the government to implement tough conditions across many sectors. The conditions are tied to the fund's multi-billion shilling loan facilities to Kenya, where money flows straight into the budget to top up the public purse. Kenya sought an extension of the debt relief from G20 countries to December, paying additional savings of 39 billion Kenyan shillings. Dr. Sirima says response to Kenya's request for G20 relief has been positive. While China is a G20 member and a signatory to the deal, a large proportion of its loans to Kenya has been made on a commercial basis by government agencies, quasi-public corporations, and by state-owned banks such as China Development Bank and Exim Bank of China. President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration has largely taken loans from China since 2014 to build roads, bridges, power plants, and the standard gauge railway. The terms of China's loan deals with developing countries are unusually secretive and require borrowers to prioritize repayment to Chinese state-owned banks ahead of other creditors. A cache of such contracts was revealed in an earlier report by Road. The standard gauge railway is one of the most developed railway lines across Africa, with the fact that it's reaching different ports from the port of Mombasa down to Eldoret, to Naivasha and Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. And such initiatives have been championed by the Chinese government to see that they carry on with developments in African countries. Leaving that particular incident in Kenya, even the Uganda's just concluded Entebbe Express highway that is actually taking center stage, which is the Thousand Bypass. You could definitely agree that China's government also loaned out funds to the Ugandan government. Not only did it actually loan out the funds, it is a Chinese company that actually signed the contract to build these roads. Now, as this is actually coming up, you would ask yourself a question: what is the future of the generations of the coming governments in Africa in regards to these deals that are quite secretive in the way they're actually handled? Because we only get to know of a contractor, we get to know of what they are going to do, but we never get to know of the outcomes. What is in the deal? What are the penalties that we are set to face as a country? And what do we expect? This is one of the reasons as to why the President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration has largely taken loans from China since 2014 to build roads, bridges, power plants, and the standard gauge railway. But the bigger question is, however, how is the payment going to be? Is it a mutual consent? We've seen huge projects in the Democratic Republic of Congo of roads as well by the Chinese government down to Angola. Actually, the Chinese government did actually set up an estate as well to see that Chinese are settled there, and actually some Angola citizens are also set there. And we've actually been showing you all these stories, giving you what we do expect. But the terms of the Chinese loan deals is continuing to be secretive and requires borrowers to prioritize repayment to Chinese state-owned banks such as Exim Bank of China. And if you could say that. Well, in Kenya sought actually an extension of the debt relief from G20 countries to December, eyeing additional savings of 39 billion shillings. As Dr. Sirima says, response to Kenya's request for the G20 relief has been positive. Just a quick reminder, you will definitely keep getting all these news updates. One in Uganda with Fred Makubia in aspects of the Yugi Tukole, and later on with Madam Bahati Ali in regards to Habari Kamili in the Kiswahili version of the news updates in regards to the business. So just keep it Smart 24 as we definitely drive your business wherever you're watching from. If at all you're streaming live, www.smart24tv, that is on the official website, and as well as on YouTube at Smart24TV Space Live. Hit the subscription button just so, if at all you want to follow up on that regard. And of course, remembering to also follow us on our social medias. And of course, we'll definitely be giving you more in regards to that as we drive your business. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko, Smart Means Business. We'll take, all I say, a goodbye for now. We shall return later on, and we shall definitely return and give you more in regards to that. This is SMB.